and fell on the floor as I kept on crying. Yung nararamdaman kong pagsisisi kanina sa puso ko ay mas lalo lamang lumaki. Althea, let me see you please. But I heard no voice anymore. Althea! I called again, but no one answered. It was just the echo of my voice. Althea! I shouted at the top of my lungs, pero walang nangyari. Pagod na ang katawan ko sa mga ginagawa ko. Namamanhid ng lahat ng parte ng katawan ko. Naramdaman ko na lang ang sarili kong bumagsak na pala sa lupa. At doon ay ipinikit ko ang aking mga mata. Doc, kumusta na po ang anak ko? I heard my mom's voice that made my eyes open and my body's awakened. Maayos naman po ang kalagayan ng anak niyo, Mrs. Valiente. He was lucky because he just injured the shoulder and his neck caused by the sudden movement of the car. Oh God, thank you. All right, Mrs. For now, let me excuse myself because I needed to visit his wife as well as the kids in the other room. My wife, the kids. I want to see them. Ang aksidente. It was all my fault. It was all my fault. How are they, Doc? Ma'am asked. I'm very sad to say that they were all in a critical condition right now. You can also visit them on ICU. Sila po yung pinakamas napuruhan, lalo na po ang ina ng mga bata. The doctor replied, upon what I heard, with all my might. I opened both my eyes and my mouth to utter, Althea. Yun lamang ang tanging lumabas sa bibig ko. But I know I speak more than that. I could even move my body, but it was still aching so badly. Kaagad naman akong napansin ni na mami, kaya mabilis ako nitong dinamayan. Lucas, anak! He cried as she hugged me tightly. Lucas, sobrang nag-alala kami sa inyo. Ano bang nangyari? Imbes na sagutin siya ay umiling lamang ako. Mom, I want to see them. Althea, our kids, please. I cried. No, for now, kailangan mo muna magpalakas, anak. Kami na muna ng daddy mong bibisita kina Althea at sa mga apo ko. No, Mom, please. I want to go with you. But at the end, iyak lang ako ng iyak sa kwarto dahil sa hinanakit at bigat ng dibdib ko. I kept on praying for my family. Please, not them. I can't afford to lose them. God. Naalala ko naman ang sinabi ng doktor kanina na grabe ang tinamo ng mag-ina ko. Kaya nasa critical silang kalagayan ngayon. Gusto kong patayin ang sarili ko dahil sa kasalanan ko. I kept on messing up as a husband and a father. Wala na akong pakialam kung mamulubi ako sa pagkakabagsak ng negosyo. Basta lang ay pagalingin niyo po ang mag-ina ko. Pagpatak ng hating gabi ay doon pa nagsidatingan si nanay na grabe ang pag-iyak. Sabi niya ay kagagaling lamang nila sa kwarto ni na Althea at ng mga bata at hindi raw makayang makita ang sitwasyon nila. I kept on convincing them to let me see them, but no one let me. But because I was so desperate, I really waited for them to fall asleep. And so when it did, I silently pulled myself up from the bed, enduring all the pain my body is feeling. All I wanted was to see them. I remember what the doctor said. ICU. It might sound so painful, but I still managed to go to that room just so I could see them. Pero habang palapit ako ng palapit ay mas nadidinig lang ng tenga ko ang tunog ng monitor na mas lalong nagpakaba sa akin. And as soon as I opened the door, my wife who was unconscious and lying on the bed with so many apparatus on her body welcomed me. Doon ay kusa nang nagsiunahan sa pagtulo ang mga luha sa mga mata ko. Hindi ko na mapigilang mapahikbi sa sakit na nararamdaman ko. Lalo na noong mas niluwagan ko ang pagbubukas at tumambad sa aking mga mata ang mga musmus kong mga anak na parehong walang mga malay at katulad ng kanilang inay mayroon ding mga nakakabit na kung ano-ano sa kanilang katawan. Pareho silang may benda sa ulo at sa kanilang mga braso. Samantalang si Althea naman ay halos lahat ng parte ng katawan niya ay mayroong mga benda at pasa. Lalo na sa kanyang namamagang muka. Han, I whispered crying. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to hold her because I am afraid that I would hurt her even more. And so with all care, I planted a kiss on her bandaged forehead. I did the same to the kids, with my eyes covered with so much tears. How many times do I have to say sorry to them? kung paulit-ulit ko lang din naman silang sinasaktan. Shit, Lucas. Shit. How I wish ako na lang sana ang nasa sitwasyon nila ngayon. Ayokong mahirapan sila dahil sa pagkakamali ko. I frustratedly held my hair. Hindi ko matanggap. I don't want to see them in this situation. Yet I still chose to stay here. Kasalanan ko. Parang baliw akong pabalik-balik at palakad-lakad para lang makita silang tatlo pareho. Masisiraan na yata ako ng bait. It's all because of my fault. I brought them here. I put my family in danger. And for the 9th time, guilt was covering my whole system. And so I cried my heart out in that four-cornered room. I didn't know that life would be this hard for me. That life would let me experience all the hardships. Ganoon ba talaga kalaki ang naging kasalanan ko? Pinagsisihan ko naman eh. Lahat ng yun ay pinagsisihan ko na. Pero mukhang ipinamukha lang ng tadhana sa akin na hindi pa ako lubos na natuto. At hinayaan niya pa akong makaranas ng ganito kasakit. Ito na yata ang pinakamasakit na pangyayari sa buong buhay ko. Ang makita sa ganitong kalagayan ng mag-ina ko na nag-aagaw buhay. Samantalang ako itong buhay na buhay at nakatayo sa harapan nila. I stayed with them for I don't know how long. Nasa isang sulok lamang ako at nangihinang nakaupo sa sahig habang nakasandal ang katawan ko sa pader at nakatitig lamang sa kanila. Paulit-ulit na tinutusok ang puso ko na para bang pinapatay ako na hindi naman ako namamatay. Tila ba'y nililipad ang isipan ko na parang mababaliw ako na kahit tunog ng mga taong nasa labas ay hindi ko na marinig. Pagbukas ng pintuan nitong kwarto ay hindi ko napansin. Maya-maya pa ay mayroon akong naririnig na mababilis na paghakbang patungo sa aking direksyon na nagpabalik sa aking diwa sa realidad. Lucas! What are you doing here? You're not allowed here! Sigaw ni Mommy habang marahang niyuyugyug ang aking kabilang balikat na para bang ginigising ako. No, Mom. I want to watch them. Please, gusto ko silang bantayan. Just let me. Pabulong kong saad na ikinailing lang niya. No, I won't let you. You need to rest. She said and later on called someone. Doon na lamang nabuhay ang sistema ko. Nang makita ko ang mga nurse na lalaking nagmamadaling naglalakad papalapit sa aming direksyon. What do you think you're doing? I can't help but to exclaim. Sir, pasensya na po, pero hindi ka po pwedeng manatili rito. Saad ng nurse at doon ay marahan akong inangat. Wala naman akong ibang nagawa kundi ang magprotesta dahil kahit sariling katawan ko ay tinatraidor ako. Anak, please, you're just hurting yourself. I heard Mom pleading. Just let me do what I want to do. Kung ayaw niyong gawin ko ito, Mom, paalisin niyo sila. I shouted as soon as we left the ICU. Tumutulo ng ilang mga butil ng luha ko dahil sa parehong kirot sa katawan ko at sa puso ko sa tuwing maglalaro sa isipan kong imahe ng mag-iina ko. Inis kong inalis ang mga kamay ng mga nurse na nakahawak sa akin at masama silang tinitigan. I didn't say anything and they were like as if they didn't see or even notice me. Parang normal lang sa kanilang inasal ko hanggang sa tuluyan na nilang iniwan ang kwarto. Kami na lamang ni Mommy ang naiwan. I was also curious about where Althea's family went. But instead of questioning my mother, I kept my mouth shut. Don't worry about Althea and the kids. Maris is already on her way para bantayan sila. And while you're sleeping, I already went there to monitor them. Kaya wala ka nang dapat pang ipag-alala. All you need to do now is rest. Baka nakakalimutan mong sangkot ka rin sa aksidente. Mom said in her low tone. But Mom, you know that what happened to us are all because of me. I became a damned ass again for putting them in danger. And now you want me to take a rest? I am fully alive, Mom. And all I wanted to do is to watch over them. Tapos hindi mo pa ako hahayaan? Doon ko na nilabas ang lahat ng sama ng loob ko. Lahat ng luhang kanina ay nagbabadya lamang. Ngayon ay tuluyan ng kumawala. Iniyak kong lahat sa harap ng ina ko. No, you're just making the situation worse, Lucas. The more na nagmamatigas ka, the more na mas mahihirapan ang mag-ina mo. Look, what you're doing now. Akala mo nakakatulong ka sa sitwasyon nila ngayon? No! Inis kong sinuklay ang buhok. She wouldn't and will never understand me. Hindi na lamang ako nagsalita dahil kahit balibalik na rin ko man ang usapan, ay tama pa rin ang kanyang sinabi. Umiyak lang ako ng umiyak. Shit, bahala nang mabakla ako sa paningin ng mga papasok. Sobrang sakit lang kasi. Ang sakit-sakit. She kept on comforting me, telling me some comforting words that she thought could help me. But she was wrong. Pero nang makailang oras ako sa pwesto ng yon, ay parang may nag-uudyok na naman sa akin magpumilit. I don't know what I am already doing. Para akong baliw na binabantayan at pinapaturukan para lang makatulog at hindi na makagulo pa sa iba. Sa loob ng ilang araw at gabing pamamalagi ko sa ospital, ay wala akong ibang gustong gawin kundi ang puntahan ng mag-ina ko na kailan may hindi ko kayang gawin. Dahil kulang na lang ay kadena nila ako rito dahil sa pagiging agresibo ko. I was there inside that fucking room for I think 3 days already. Pero sa loob ng 3 araw na yon, ay minsan ay hindi ako nakalabas ng kwarto dahil akala nila maski ang sarili kong nanay ay mambubulabog ako ng iba pang mga pasyente sa ospital. I laughed with that thought. Shit lang. Sarili kong nanay ay iisiping baliw ako. I even heard them one time when she went out of the room to talk with nanay, whom I think wanted to visit me, na hindi lamang natuloy. And guess what she told them? I heard it with my own damn ears. Sabi niya wala pa ako sa tamang pag-iisip para kausapin sila. At baka maalala ko lang daw ulit ang mag-ina ko at magwala na naman ako. She really thought I am damn crazy, right? Anak, here. I bought you your favorite foods. Niluto pa ni Mommy yan before I came here. Alam ko kasing ayaw mo sa mga pagkain dito. Call me anything. Disrespectful, idiot, bastard, or whatever. But I will never follow her. I hate her. I despise her. Shit, I already wanted to leave. From everything. I want to go and see my family, I said without looking at her. Saglit na namayani ang katahimikan sa pagitan namin. Ramdam kong pinakamalalim nitong titig na maya-maya ay naging dahilan ng paghikbi niya. Kaya napabaling ako rito. Umiiyak na pala siya at hindi ko alam kung anong nasabi kong mali. May nasabi ba akong mali? I asked coldly, but she didn't answer me and just wiped her face. Seconds after she composed herself and spoke without looking at me. You're already here for 7 days, not because of the injury caused by the accident, she said. 7 days? I laughed in disbelief. Akala ko 3 araw pa lang. My mind was too preoccupied these past few days, for I wanted to see them, na kahit pasilip man lang ay ayaw nilang gawin ko. What for? Dahil baliw na ako? Sa tingin mo? I asked laughing. Doon ay hindi sumagot si Mama. Hindi siya nagsalita at tinitingnan lang ako, habang pulang-pula na ang parehong mga mata, ilong at pisngi niya. Ngayon ko lang din napansin ang mugtong mga mata nito, na para bang ilang araw na itong umiiyak. Lucas, anak, hindi mo ba naaalala? She asked and later on held my hand and she gently caressed it. My forehead seized. Anong naaalala? May nangyari ba? May sinabi ba siya? Hindi ba wala? Kasi sa loob ng ilang araw na nakakulong ako rito ay purong paninira lang ang naririnig ko galing sa kanya, na para bang baliw ang tingin niya sa sarili niyang anak. I don't have time for your lame drama. Just say it directly. Ano bang naaalala ko? As far as I remember, you haven't talked to me normally. And you only treated me as fucking crazy. Ganyan ba ang nanay? Ha? Prangkang saad ko na dahilan para mabilis itong tumayo para lapitan ako. Calm down, anak. Huwag kang umiyak. Mommy wants to tell you something, okay? And now she's baby talking me. How rude was that for me? Spill it immediately, I shouted as I already lost my temper. Okay, kasi the last day we went to their room, right? I shook my head immediately. No, we didn't. Stop making me fool, Mom. Calm down. No. Paano to nangyari? I don't even remember even the smallest thing she's talking about. Can't you just go directly to the point? Okay, alright. Kumalma ka muna, anak. Okay ba? I don't know how to say this. Ayokong saktan ka. Ayokong mas palalain pa ang kalagayan mo. But, say it! What is it? I don't know what's happening already. Nagsimula nang gumulong isipan ko dahil sa pinagsasabi niya. Ganoon din ang pagbilis ng tibok ng puso ko na para bang kinakabahan ako. She cried even more and covered her mouth. Your wife and the kids. Lucas, they didn't make it. Tila ba'y nagunaw ang mundo ko at tinakasan ako ng sarili kong dugo. Nanlalamig ang buo kong katawan at hindi ako makagalaw. No, hindi pwede. Hindi pwede. I kept on shaking my head. No, I repeatedly said. No, they can't leave me. They won't leave me. My family won't leave me. No, please. I want to see them. Gusto ko silang makita at nang makumpirma kung nagsisinungaling lang si Mommy. They can't leave me. Mababaliw ako. But before I could even jump out of the bed, I heard the opening of the door and the rushing team. I can still hear my mother's cry as the people were busy forcing me to lay down. And before I could react, I felt a sharp thing on my arm that made my body weak. Gusto ko mang manlaban ngunit hindi ko na magawa. Nang tabla ng antok na nararamdaman ko hanggang sa tuluyan na akong nilamon ng kadiliman. Sir? Nagising ako nang makaramdam ako ng pagyugyug ng isang kamay sa balikat ko. Naalimpungatan ako at nang subukan kong buksan ang mga mata ko, ay napangiwi lang ako, buhat ng ilaw na mismong nakatutok sa aking harapan. Where am I? I asked sleepily. Sir, nandito ka po sa ospital malapit sa bar na tinuluyan niyo po kahapon, sir. Nabugbog po kayo ng isa sa mga customer namin kaya nawalan ho kayo ng malay. Patawad po. I stiffened. Where the hell am I? Parang kanina lang I stopped. Am I just dreaming? Nananaginip lang ba ako? Panaginip lang ba ang lahat? How long was I sleeping? I asked. It's almost 7 hours since we brought you here, sir. She answered. What? That long? Doon na lamang nagsimulang maglaro sa isip ko lahat ng mga napanaginipan ko. I lost them. No. Inis kong sinuklay ang buhok ko at naalalang nangyari kagabi. Althea. She called me. Where's my phone? I asked immediately and good thing she gave it to me. I thought I'd lost it. Mabilis kong binuksan ang cellphone ko at nakita ang missed call ng asawa ko. Doon na lamang ako sinalakay ng kaba at walang pagdadalawang isip na bumaba ng kama para puntahan ito sa bahay. Shit, I just remembered what I dreamed. Parang totoo lahat ng pangyayari. It was like I was given a chance to overlook what will happen if I continue what the fuck I am doing to my wife. Masyado nang malayo ang bar galing dito, kaya mas pinili kong sumakay na lamang ng taxi patungo sa bahay. Shit, if I could just give the driver a triple of the price, I will give it to him, just so he could drive faster. No, please. Hindi ko mapapatawad ang sarili ko kapag totoo lahat ng nasa isip ko. Here, keep the change. Hindi ko na hinintay pang sagot nito at mabilis akong bumaba ng sasakyan para pasukin ang bahay. Ganoon pa rin ang gate noong iniwan ko ito kagabi. And as I ran inside, I see nothing on the floor just like what I have seen on my dream. Althea! Wife, where are you? I called as soon as I entered the house. But when I heard no answer from her, I immediately ran with all speed to go inside our bedroom. Pero hindi pa lang ako nangalahati ay narinig ko ng malambing na boses ng asawa ko galing sa kusina. Lahat ng kaba ko ay biglang nalusaw. Thank God. At bago pa man ako tuluyang bawian ng lakas sa katawan, ay mabilis akong tumakbo patungo sa kusina para makita ang asawa ko. And when I stepped inside, I saw her preparing some food with that apron she was wearing, and behind that was her baby bump. Matthew. Feli. Pakiramdam ko ay mayroong tumusok na matulis na bagay sa puso ko nang maalala kong mga anak ko. Sa panaginip ko. It felt so real. All the pain, the joy I was feeling there, was still with me as I woke up. Lalo nang huling pangyayaring yon. Shit, I won't let that happen to us. No, mababaliw ako. Binura ko na lamang sa isip kong mga bagay na yon at mabilis na nagtungo palapit sa asawa ko para yakapin ito patalikod. Napansin kong paninigas nito na tila'y hindi siya makapaniwala. Maya-maya pa'y humarap ito sa akin na may bahid ng pagkagulat sa kanyang muka. Umuwi ka. Akala ko, hindi mo na ako babalikan. she said with her softest voice. I suddenly missed her voice. I missed you so much. I'm sorry, hon. I'm so sorry for what I have done. But please, believe me that I didn't sleep with that woman. Pero hindi ko na nagawang ipagpatuloy ang sinasabi ko. Dahil sa naging reaksyon nito. What? Hindi ka naman nagdala ng babae rito ha? Doon ko lang naalala ang panaginip ko. Shit, it was just also a dream? Shit, I'm so happy. Hindi ko na napigilan pa at mabilis ko na itong sinunggaban ng halik sa kanyang mga nangaakit na labi. Shit, thank you so much, God. At nang tuluyan ko nang inilayo ang mga labi namin ay kitang-kita kong pagiging emosyonal nito sa kanyang mga mata. Kaya kaagad ko itong niyakap. Nagsisisi ako sa mga pananakit at pagmamaltrato ko sa kanya. Naiiyak ako sa pasasalamat na panaginip lang ang lahat. Kasi gusto ko talagang bumawi sa kanya bago pa man mahuli ang lahat. Gusto kong maging buo kami bago pa man lumabas ang mga anak ko. Nang sumagi ulit sa isip kong katagang yon, ay kumalas ako sa pagkakayakap sa asawa ko at tahimik na lumuhod upang mapantayan ang kalakihan nitong umbok sa tiyan. I smiled as I felt the tears in my eyes. Afterwards, I put my round hand there and gently caressed it. Baby, I'm so sorry if Daddy was being a jerk for 8 months and for hurting Mommy while you're inside her tummy. Tuluyan ko ng pinakawalan ng mga luha na namumuo sa mga mata ko. That dream really hit me big time. Tumingala ako para tingnan ang asawa ko. She was already crying while looking at me. So I stood up again and hugged her for the second time. I'm so sorry for what I have done, Althea. I'm so sorry. Please, forgive me. That was the exact words I told her in my dreams. From here, I could feel her nod. That made me cry even more. Thank God for making me realize what I am about to lose. Thank you so much. Hey, stop crying. I heard her chuckle. I'm sorry, hon. I just can't help it. I'm so happy, I said. I didn't get to see her reaction, but I'm sure that she's already confused about my sudden apology after what happened to us last night. We had our argument after she got home from her birthplace and ended up begging for me to stay. But what happened to my dream was beyond that, and thankfully that didn't happen. Maya-maya pa'y kumalas na ulit ako sa pagkakayakap sa kanya at marahang hinawakan na magkabila nitong pisngi. I love you so much, Althea Mangubat Valiente. I whispered, but to my shock, I just made her cry. Hon, I'm so sorry. I maybe sounded too weird because of my sudden change. But believe me when I say those words to you. Nagkulang ako sa pagtitiwala sa'yo. I already regretted all the mistakes I have done to you. I understand if you will still not believe it. But before I could continue my words, she landed her point finger between my mouth. Shh, it's fine. I understand you. I love you too, my husband. I love you so much, Lucas Valiente. She replied, and with that she kissed me. We shared our kiss after a long time. Shit, those comments who tried to ruin our marriage. I just realized what I am lacking, and that's the trust. Trust is the building block of love, and that alone almost broke our marriage. And thankfully I was hit into realizations early, before I could lose everything. My family. It's a boy and girl. Congratulations, Mommy and Daddy. A doctor happily said as soon as she entered the room. I kissed Althea's forehead before finally letting her hand go near our twins, na karga-karga pa ng mga nurse. My smile was from ear to ear, simula pa kanina, noong sa wakas ay natapos ang delivery ni Althea. I was there beside her, supporting her and giving her strength all throughout her delivery. And now we are currently inside her room. The nurse came to me and so I looked at my baby. This is your baby boy, Daddy, she said smilingly. Can I take him? I asked. I got emotional all of a sudden. Also when I saw how Althea cried when the nurse let her carry our daughter. How precious you are, son. I love you so much, and I will make sure to cherish every single moment with you and your twin. Lumapit ako sa asawa ko at naluluhang tiningnan ng babae kong anak. She looks so beautiful, I heard Althea comment, and so I smiled. Indeed, just like her mommy. I agreed. So ano pong ipapangalan niyo sa kanila, Mr. and Mrs. Valiente? I looked at Althea and with all my heart I said, our son will be Matthew, and our daughter will be Felicity. I shifted my gaze to Althea, and saw how amused her reaction was. Wow, that fast? She chuckled. Yes, do you like it? I asked. Yes, I love it, Matt and Feli, she replied.